It's a game that we need to get back to the types of qualities that we've shown of late in terms of our tenacity and our resilience.
So Nigel, back at Ashton Gate, we've had some success there recently. What needs to happen to get some consistency in our performance and results?
Well, I mean, consistency is the problem, or has been the problem for us. After Sunday's defeat at Sheffield United, we need to rely on our home form, which is, it's gone round in full circle. It's a game that we need to get back to the types of qualities that we've shown of late in terms of our tenacity and our resilience. Those types of qualities need to be. We need to show those at the weekend. It's. I think the players look forward to playing at home a lot more now, which is good. We need to get back to winning ways.
That tenacity and resilience, we've shown we can, we have those qualities. It's good to be able to draw on knowing that you can do those.
Well, it is, but we're missing some experience in the side. But look, the young lads who are in there at the moment, we are going to rely on them at the moment. So when they experience a more difficult day like we had at Sheffield United, it's really important that they recognise what gets them success on the field. And of course, if individuals have success on the field, then collectively we've got a better chance. But look, what we have to do is fall back on the team ethic to get through games. And unfortunately, the weekend against Sheffield United, we didn't show that enough.
The Sheffield United game was a tough experience, not least for the younger players. How do you ensure that they learn quickly from that?
Well, I think it's always going through a reflective process. And for young players to do that, I mean, look, what I don't want them to do is overthink things as well. So it's always important to try and realise what gets you success. And I think against Sheffield United, we had too many individuals not having the best day. And it was a game which is very frustrating for us because the atmosphere to start with there was quite flat, and we didn't take advantage of it. We were very slack and made some poor decisions. But what the youngsters have to recognise is what gets them success individually, and play to their strengths, and but also recognise what the team needs. So we have to guide them through it.
Of the experienced players, Matty James, Andy King, we saw them back on the pitch this week in terms of the grass. Is it early days for them, do you think?
Yes, it is. But it's good to get them back out there, and they can have an impact on the younger players too when they're out in the field. So I think I've said it before. The best coaches are good players, and as we talked about after the Stoke game, what was said in the dressing room, I think those, it's just because players aren't available to play doesn't mean that they don't have an impact on the teammates. So I think it's important that last week's game is put to bed, and we just look forward to this game now, because the players who are available and who will be playing have to perform.
Nathan Baker's someone who came off on Sunday. How is he? How important is it that we go through the right procedures for him?
It's very important. His health is the priority. So at the moment, it's just making sure he's okay. So no real update at the moment. He's not been in yet, but I've exchanged some messages with him, and we are. We'll make sure he's doing the right things. But look, it's when you have head injuries like that, and it was a pretty nasty one. I think it's important that we make sure he's fine first.
Joe Williams, we've talked before about protecting him from himself, his keenness to play. How is Joe, and how far off is he?
Well, Joe's been unlucky with this one, but he's not going to be back before January. So, which is, it's a disappointment because I think the games that he's played really well, and I think everybody can see what a valued, what an asset he is to the team, both in terms of his aggressive nature and his enthusiasm. I think he's a really he'll be an important player for us. But I think now it's about making sure that he's right. So it'll be probably sometime in January that we see him again.
We saw Antoine come on Sunday, and Naki Wells. They brought some energy. Nice to have those options to choose from.
Yeah, Antoine's looks really hungry now for game time, and good to have different options. Absolutely, and it will be important for the rest of the season to have those types of options. So, good to get some competition, I think.
Derby, in a difficult situation down the bottom there, but as we saw against Bournemouth, they're all scrapping for every point. Yeah,
I mean, look, the situation that they're in terms of the deductions are really tough, but I think probably what it has done is freed them up a little bit. In difficult circumstances, I think they've conducted themselves very well, actually, the staff and the players. And they do have some good players. So, we need to be on our game just because of the situation that they're in. Doesn't mean it's an easy game. They're a decent side, and we've got to make sure that we're at our best.
It's our Rainbow Laces fixture. We're proud to show our support for LGBTQ plus community. How important is it to make sport a safe, welcoming environment for everybody?
I think it is absolutely crucial. I think in today's society, being inclusive is really what it's about. And I think it's not just about supporting causes because it's the thing to do. It's because it's the right thing to do. It's absolutely, it's good to recognise diversity.